Now, the head of the UN nuclear watchdog says Iran should be transparent about its nuclear program. Rafael Grossi made the comment during a visit to Tehran. He's holding talks with the government. Grossi's visit comes days after the IAEA inspectors found an Iranian nuclear site had enriched uranium to near weapons-grade level. Tehran says its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes and not for developing nuclear weapons.
We have to have a very deep, serious, systematic dialogue with Iran, and this is why I am here. It's been too long. There have been a number of issues throughout the year, and I'm very glad that at long last I have been able to return. I think it's going to be more than satisfactory and important visit.
Well, the report from the International Atomic Energy Agency found the purity of enriched uranium particles at the Fordo site was 83.7%. Now, that's close to the 90% needed to make a nuclear weapon. The report only mentions particles, and that suggests the stockpile of enriched uranium hasn't risen above 60%. Let's cross over to our correspondent, Dorsa Jabbari, who's in the Iranian capital for us. Obviously, a very long conversation behind closed doors. What more do they have to say publicly?
Well, both sides saying publicly that they want to cooperate, that it's important for them to continue to have this dialogue. Rafael Grossi, the Director General of the nuclear watchdog, the UN nuclear watchdog, arrived in Tehran on Friday. It's been almost a year since he's been here. He's been holding meetings with various high-ranking officials, and he held a joint press conference with his Iranian counterpart, Mohammad Eslami, who is the head of Iran's atomic energy organization. The Director General saying that he's in Tehran to get assurances from Iranian officials that their nuclear program is transparent. The Iranians, for their part, have said that they are cooperating with the agency and that these reports of what the inspectors found at Fordo are being politicized. The traces of uranium, enriched uranium at 83.7%, which have been reported by the agency's inspectors back in January, the information was leaked to the public last week, and the Iranians say that there was a reason that this was done. It's because to put pressure on Iran to comply with the agency further than what is mandated for it to do so. So this meeting certainly very important. His visit, Rafael Grossi's visit, certainly very important at a very critical time between the agency and Iran.
Dorsa, you followed this story for a number of years now, and it's always very difficult to perhaps understand where things stand between Iran and the IAEA when they have and have not had direct face-to-face talks. I mean, what's your understanding of where they stand at the moment, you know, diplomatically and strategically in this conversation about enriched uranium?
Well, what has been taking place in Iran's nuclear program has been, according to the officials who have taken the steps to advance it at a very rapid pace, has been, by their own admission, as a result of political steps taken by the European countries and the United States since the U.S. withdrew from that nuclear deal in 2018. The Iranians have said that they are advancing their nuclear program because there is no compliance from the Western powers after the U.S. left that deal. And the steps that they've taken are all reversible. And they have admitted that they're enriching uranium at 60% since April of 2021 as a result of the steps the agency has taken in putting pressure on Iran to comply further beyond what has been agreed upon under the Non-Proliferation Treaty and the safeguard agreements of the agency. So there is admittance by both sides that there is political dimensions to the relationship between Iran and the agency, and Iran is saying that this needs to stop. And the Director General also admitted that the leaks that have have been coming out of the agency about what the inspectors have found is not helpful in Iran in building a relationship further with Iran and the agency. So really, politics is inevitable between this relationship, but the Iranians are insisting that they need to, the agency needs to keep the politics away and focus on the technical aspect of Iran's nuclear program, which they continue to insist is for peaceful purposes.
Of course, we'll continue to monitor Mr. Grossi's visit with you in Tehran as it proceeds. Dorsa, thank you.